Hello and welcome to the Westbrook Chess stream. Today I'm going to be going through some Puzzle Rush scenarios and playing a little bit of Blitz. And yeah, this is my first streaming chess.com chess on Twitch. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. All right, so we're going to start with, I'm going to play a game of Survival Puzzle Rush. And yeah, my top score is 25. I'm just going to see how well I can do going through these puzzles. So puzzle 1, white to move. It looks like we can check on g8. This looks like checkmate, and it is. All right, so black to move here, and it looks like a back rank. It doesn't look like white can defend on the first rank, so yeah, checkmate. All right, black to move. Okay, so once again, it looks like we have a back rank set up. The A1 square is undefended, so I'll go ahead and check. We'll take, and that should be mate. All right, so this is black to move. We have check on our king on b7. Interesting, if I take the bishop, he'll retake with the rook. Interesting, if I take with the c rook, he can retake, and then I can take the bishop. But I'm thinking that one of these move orders may be checkmate. Actually, the king has an escape square on g2, so a back rank mate wouldn't be possible. I don't have a light squared bishop myself, so I'm thinking that yeah, if I take the bishop, and if he retakes with the rook, then I have a free rook on c1. I'm gonna try taking the bishop with the d rook. That looks right. He retakes, and yeah, I take with check. Perfect. So essentially, he took my he took a rook, and I took a rook and a piece. Sweet. All right, white to move in this puzzle. Black's back rank looks promising. If I move the rook, yeah, I'm white. If I move the rook to a8, that's a back rank. He can block with the queen and with the rook, but ultimately he shouldn't be able to stop me. So then takes and takes. Perfect. So far, so good. No issues yet. That was a 414 rated puzzle. Okay, so black to move here. Let's see, we have a queen. The queen is looking at the f2 pawn. That pawn is undefended. We should be able to force the king over to h1 if we take here. And then it should be just takes and takes for another back rank mate. Okay, black to move in this scenario. I think this is the same scenario. Yeah, the queen and bishop are not lined up properly to defend the f2 pawn, so we're going to take, check, sacrifice the queen, and back rank checkmate. Awesome, doing well so far. Okay, so here we have black to move. We've got some exposed areas on the king side to the right of the king. Let's see, what do we have to work with? We have a bishop on b4 that can maybe check on a3. If the bishop was to deliver check, white can't block with the knight, so the king probably has to move. Then the queen can come in to b4, and I think we can do something with that. So let's go ahead and try checking, bringing the queen up, and now I believe checkmate is here. Yep, sweet. Okay, black to move. We have a rook on an open fourth rank. Interesting, so the rook can't come into h4 because it's unprotected. However, we could deliver check with the g-pawn, and if we did that, it looks like the king would be forced down into the h6 hole, and then it may be checkmate with the rook swinging over to h4. Let's try the check. Okay, so I'll retake with a pawn. Now he is blocked on g8, g7, and g6, and g5. So yeah, we'll swing the rook over. That should be checkmate. Perfect. All right, 10 in a row. Not doing so bad. Okay, so this is black to move. This looks like a more of a middle game position. Um, let's see. Our knight's being threatened by the bishop on g5. We have a queen check available to us on a5. If we were to check with the queen here, white cannot block with the knight. He could block with a pawn. That would be kind of meaningless on b4. He could block with the rook. That again would be meaningless. He could block with the queen. That seems to be the most fruitful block. If we were to take the queen and the king were to move to d2, we would have, let's see, if the king were on d2, forced there, we would have a check on e4 with our f6 knight, but the knight on c5 is defending that square. That is interesting. So where could we go with this? We have the check. I do think, the bishop is undefended on b5. If we check on a5, we're forking the king and the bishop. So let's try for that. Okay, so he's going to block with the rook instead. This bishop should still be free, but I just want to look. Whenever you find a good move, you don't want to just pick the good move without considering that there may be an even better move. But I still think this is our best bet. Okay, so then he takes the knight on f6. What should I do next? I can just take back, and then what is he threatening? The knight can drop into d7 and threaten my rook on f8. Wouldn't be covered. It looks like I wouldn't be able to protect both the bishop on f6 and the rook on f8. I'm just thinking, so if I take with the bishop on f6, then the knight comes down to d7. What's next? The knight is kind of in the way. How can I prevent that from happening? Right now, I think we're down a piece in the exchange. Oh no, it's an even trade. So I took the bishop, he took my knight, and we need to equalize this. This one's interesting. Yeah, I'm really worried about a d7 knight fork. Of course, the bishop can take a step back to g7 and defend the rook if that were to happen. But then we'd be trading a rook for a knight, which is no good. Part of my instinct says to bring a rook, it would be to bring a rook over to d8 to block the knight from coming down into d2. But that's no good because the d8 square is covered by the bishop. Interesting. If the knight on c6 were not there, then the queen would cover the d7 square. So if I had a fruitful place to put my knight, then potentially the queen could cover that. However, then the bishop can take another piece on g7, and it's an even trade. And we don't want it to be an even trade. I want to be able to take that bishop. How can I do it? This is an interesting one that I just need to think about a little more. Trying to think of if there are any threats that my queen can make. Is there a more powerful, a more meaningful threat that we can make somewhere else? Yeah, if you're in the chat, feel free to feel free to toss out your own ideas. I'd love to hear what you think about this puzzle. This one's really interesting. I'm guessing that this is somewhere in the high 600s or low 700s. So it's interesting that this one is stumping me right now. What can I do? To prevent knight d7. That's the idea. And also be able to take the bishop without worry. So I'm not going to be in check when the knight comes down to d7. If I can defend, if I could defend the bishop and trade there, that would be perfect, but I don't see a way to do that. I'm going to need to be able to move my rook from f8 when the knight comes down. Yeah, I think taking is the wrong idea. I think there has to be something else. Is that knight defending anything important? Yeah, these are the kind of questions that, I have to ask myself when I'm playing real games. Almost just want to take the bishop and see what happens at this point. I'm not sure what my alternatives are. I don't see another way to check the king or to make a threat. If I threaten the rook, the only thing I can threaten the rook on c3 with is my queen, which isn't really a threat, because the rook is defended. Now, okay, if I let the knight come down into d7, and then I move my rook maybe to the c file to take over that file, or to compete for that file, and I let the knight take on f6, it'll be with check, and then I'll attack with the king. Yeah, I'll be able to move the king to g7 and push the knight off. The knight will have to go back where it came from. We'll be even at that point, but yeah, I think this is wrong. This is probably going to be our first mistake. I'm going to go ahead and take on f6. Okay, that was the right answer. Okay, I spent all that time. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that puzzle and just see why the knight can't come down to nd7 for the fork. But yeah, we'll come back to that one. Okay, so that's 11 in a row. That's awesome. 677 rated puzzle, not bad. So now with white to move, we have a black king in a scary position. Looks like he's being threatened potentially with a back rank. Checkmate. If I move the queen to f7, then we'll do the trick where we force the king over to the h8 corner. Then it should be check, and then retake with the rook, and that's mate. All right. Back in a rhythm. That was a 750. Okay, so now it's black to move. And we have an open file, an open g file against the white king. We can check on g4, and the queen will be able to take the bishop on h3, and we would take back, so that's not, that wouldn't be useful. The queen can actually move to g3 and block the check. If we were to take, the pawn would retake, and we'd have kind of a weakness there, but it's not, I don't know, it's not super meaningful. However, okay, if I move the queen to g4, the white queen can block on g3, however, but my queen will be on the light square diagonal from h5 up to d1. I could check. Over on that side, the queen would not be able to block that check. The rook would be able to block the check, and then I could take the rook with the queen, and that actually should be checkmate. Okay, let's go for it. So we are going to check on g4. We're going to swing up and attack the first rank, and then come over and take. Sweet. Checkmate. Awesome. Not bad. Okay, white to move. Let's see. Once again, we have two exposed kings. We have queen and rooks versus queen, rooks, and bishops. So we're down a piece and a couple of pawns. We're down a piece and a pawn. No, pawns are even. Just down a piece. But it's our turn. We have the initiative. The h5 pawn looks very weak. If I were to check the king by taking the h5 pawn, he would have to move to the g7 square, right? That square wouldn't be covered by the queen. Nothing would be able to block the check, so the king would have to move. So then if I were to check on h7 with the king on g7, the h7 square won't be covered, and that'll be I think it's called a swallowtail mate, where the queen checks the king and he has his two uncovered squares blocked by his own pieces. Yeah, we're going to try this. So I'm going to take this pawn and force the king up to g7, and then moving my queen to h7 should be a swallowtail checkmate. Perfect. Awesome. That was an 808 rated puzzle. Now it's black to move. This looks like a back rank checkmate puzzle once again. If I move to e2, it forces the king over to g1. Now this is similar, except for this time the king is castled on the queen side. Does that change the puzzle? So a check with the queen on e2 will force the king to g1. Then we can deliver check on e1. The rook can retake, and then the e rook can come up and take. Yeah, that should be fine. This should work. The queen is not in a position to stop this from happening. So yeah, we'll check. Check takes check. Checkmate. Okay, black to move. We have an open c file bearing down on the white king. If I were to check on c1, the rook can retake, I can retake, and then the king can retake at the end. So it looks like we need to push the king into the corner again, into the a1 corner this time. So if I check on c2, I'll force the king over to the side, right? There's nothing that can cover. Nope. Nothing that can block. So yeah, the king will get pushed over into the corner. We'll check on c1. The rook will take, and then we'll finish with the rook. And at that point, I don't think, yeah, nothing should be able to cover that square. So we'll do check, check, mate. Sweet. All right, that was a 9-10. Awesome. We're about to hit the 1000s for the puzzles. Sweet. This looks like the same kind of puzzle. The queen is covering the light squares. So yeah, the queen is not covering the f2 square. So we're just gonna do the same thing again. Yeah. There always seems to be a few of those in the Puzzle Rush chain. That's a really important pattern to kind of understand. All right, so black to move this time. We have some pretty advanced pawns. We have a rook that's in trouble. So if the queen were to take a rook on a8, he or she would do so with check. I guess the queen is a she. The queen, she would take with check. Do we have a threat on the king side? Or I should say, white's king side. Do we have a threat with our queen? So if I take the pawn on g4, I take it with check. And the king will have to move either to f1 or h1. If the king moves to h1, I think I can deliver checkmate on g2 with the queen. The queen will move up from g4 to g2. If the king moves the other way, I can still deliver check, but it'll just push the king over to the e1 square. I can deliver check again on g1, and the king will have to move off the file. And I won't be able to just take a rook because the rook will be defended. Interesting. Okay, so let's just think through this process. So queen g4, king f1, queen g2, king e1, queen g1, and the king steps down to d2. So we have a queen on g1, and we have the enemy king on d2. Can we threaten the d2 square with anything else? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can do anything to the d2 square. I'm fairly certain that this is the right idea, so we'll go ahead and take and then check. I'm just not sure, quite sure about how to finish this. Yeah, because the king can run away to d2. It'd be really cool if there was a way to get our knight or rook more involved. I can take the pawn on h2, but that doesn't really help because we're in so much trouble on a8 and c6 that we really need to make active moves to prevent losing material. Yeah, so if I check the king and the king moves to d2, I think this is the right idea. How can I deliver check again? Oh, I can take the pawn on f2 and I can deliver check again. Okay, let's follow this line of reasoning. Okay, so the king moves back up. I can check on e. Yeah, e2. Is that checkmate? That is sweet. All right, that's 18 in tonight's Puzzle Rush. Sweet. All right, so white to move again. It looks like a pawn just took. Yeah, a pawn took a bishop. Interesting. So now it's white to move. We have a knight capture available on c6 that would threaten a queen. The recapture would have to happen with the b7 pawn. That would double the pawns. That knight doesn't have any checks on the king. Ooh, there's an interesting queen check. The d1 to h5 diagonal. Interesting. Yeah, the king would block with the bishop, and our knight is covering the f7 square. Yeah, so I think this is going to be a check on h5. The king can't just move to d7 because the knight's covering it. The king can just move to f8, but if the bishop blocks on f7, then we'll just take it, and that'll be maybe checkmate. Okay, so what happens if the king just scoots over to the f8 square? What would I do next? Because I wouldn't be able to just... I wouldn't be able to move my queen up to f7 because the bishop will be covering it. Now it's interesting that the bishop won't be able to simultaneously cover the f5, the weak doubled pawn, and f7 at the same time. That won't be possible. So yeah, we can always overwork the bishop if we need to. Okay, let's deliver the check. The king moves over. Now the only problem is that this isn't a forcing move, but I'd really like to take the f5 pawn because if the bishop recaptures, then it's checkmate. Maybe that's the point, that I get to win this pawn. Nope, that's wrong. We'll go back and check that one out. Okay, so 18, and our first mistake was in the 1000s, so not so bad. Starting off. Okay, so black to move. Ooh, our opponent is about to queen. That is interesting. So they're going to queen on the d8 square. We can't just cover the square with bishop g5 because it's covered by the rook. We do have a oh, this is a checkmate. Yeah, this is a bishop and knight mating position. Oh, but I did it incorrectly. Okay, yeah, we'll go back and look at that. But that was a bishop and knight checkmate setup. I'm guessing the rook was available to stop the checkmate. Yeah, we'll take a closer look at that puzzle. That is almost certainly a checkmate that can happen regardless of the pawn queening. So, okay, so white to move. We've got some bishops angling over on the king side. Yeah, we've got this interesting pawn formation. We have our bishop and queen both lined up attacking the e6 pawn. It's an interesting feature of this particular position. We can threaten the queen. We could move a bishop to g5 to threaten the queen and move it off the square. I'm not sure exactly what that would accomplish. Maybe it's a trap. Is there anywhere for the queen to go? Okay, so if we moved the bishop to g5 and we threatened the queen can't just back up in a straight line. There's also nothing to get in between the queen and the bishop, so it needs a safe square to escape to. It looks like, is e5 a safe square for the queen? e5 is indeed a safe square. So I don't think that's the right idea. I don't think the idea here is to trap the queen. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the weakness is here. What could we do with that open diagonal? So the queen would have to move in that case. Let's see. I could take with check on e6. It doesn't seem fruitful. What other weapons do I have? I wonder if can I attack this pawn structure somehow? Can I introduce a weakness? If I were to push the e-pawn, the knight can recapture. That's not helpful at all. Yeah, I'm not sure what the right idea is here. If anyone can in the chat, you know, give your ideas. I'd love to hear them. It's a very interesting position. We have two bishops against the bishop and the knight. It feels like our bishops have some pretty active diagonals. I'm just not exactly sure what to do with them. I feel like there might be some pawn sacrifice available. An interesting idea is that if I were to push the c pawn, and be recaptured, I could pin the knight. That's one kind of interesting idea. Of course, the pawn doesn't have to capture immediately. It could let me take, and then the a pawn could take, and we would have opened a file for the a rook, which would not be an improvement to our position. Okay, so the one thing that I can see is that if we force a queen trade on g5 and we retake with our dark squared bishop, then we are taking over we're taking over the diagonal from h4 to d8, and that seems like it could be tactically useful, but we don't have anything to follow it up with. We'll have control of that area. We'll stop castling on the queen side. I don't know how useful that is. If the opponent pushes a pawn, we'll have to retreat immediately. Yeah, the f7 pawn will be available to just push. Just super interesting. Okay, is the queen threatening us in some way? The queen, yeah, no, there are no undefended targets that it's attacking right this moment. Yeah, I'm not feeling too much danger here. The opposing knight has a good square on e5. It might be useful to take that square away. Yeah, I think it's wrong, but I think either queen to g5 or bishop to g5. That's what I'm thinking. I just don't know exactly what I would do with that. I could push the pawn on the f pawn. Try to trap it. Okay, we're gonna try to trap the queen. That's the best. Okay, so that was it. So he wants to trade queens now. Okay, so the idea was indeed to trap the queen. That's very interesting. So moving to g5 with the bishop was right. So we threatened the queen with a lesser piece. However, he wants to trade. If we take the queen and he retakes, we can take the bishop and we'll be up a piece. Where can his knight go after that? The knight has no good squares. Okay, we'll take. Perfect. Awesome. That always feels good. That was an interesting one. It was pretty challenging, actually. Okay, so white to move. Black has a b pawn. That's obviously, passed pawns are dangerous. However, if I move the king to g6, I'll essentially be threatening a back rank checkmate. And the rook won't be able to check my king. And the rook will be able to move over to block. But I should be able to take it with my rook. Okay, I think I can force a back rank checkmate here. Yeah, solid. All right, we're at 20. Yeah, I like hitting 20 in the survival puzzle rush. It's kind of what I like to shoot for. Getting up into the 12, 13, 1400s levels of puzzles is kind of what I enjoy aiming for. Okay, so I can check on b8. The queen and bishop can try to block, but that should be checkmate, I think. Okay, does the order matter? I don't think so. This isn't covered by the queen. Yep, that's just checkmate. Sweet, 21. All right, let's go. Okay. Yeah, my high score is 25, so feeling decent with a 21 to start off the stream. Okay, this is black to move. Interesting. We have a queen on f7 that is locking our king down, so we need to be very aggressive with our moves. The king on g1 is blocked from stepping down to g2. So if I deliver check somewhere on the first rank, then the king will be forced over. What can I do with that? The king could be forced onto h2. So I would have a queen somewhere on the first rank. There'd be king h2. I could take on f2 with check. The king would be forced up into the h1 corner. I could then... Oh, I'm in check right now. The bishop on... Yeah, the bishop on b2 is delivering check to my king. It's not checkmate because I can block with the queen. Yeah, I can block with the queen. I feel like a better... Hey, thank you so very much, Dash Meshing. Hey, hi, how are you? Thank you so much for joining the stream. It makes me super happy to have someone chatting with me today. Just considering how best to block the bishop check. I can't on the h8 a1 diagonal. I can't obviously move the king because there's no safe square. I can block with the queen or with the knight. And I'm thinking that the knight would be the most fruitful. Obviously to not put the queen in danger. Is there a better choice? Queen b1. Yeah, queen b1 picks up the bishop. Let's see. To b1. Queen to b1. Queen b1 picks up the bishop. So I can't check yet on b1 because I'm in check. So I need to block first, right? On the diagonal. I'm just trying to think of what is the right piece to block with. So I don't want to block with the queen, obviously, because I do have that resource open where I can fork the king and the bishop. I'm thinking that maybe the c knight here first. It's just not forcing. Yeah, knight f6. Knight f6. Okay, if I drop the knight in here, then takes. Interesting. If I go knight f6, then there are two pieces, though, right, that are attacking f6, the queen and the bishop. But I have it covered with the pawn. That would be... we'll give it a shot. Yeah, not quite, I guess. I'm going to go over these three, though. And hey, thank you so much for joining the stream and for, shouting out your move ideas. I'm wondering if it was knight d4 instead, but yeah. Oh no, you're so fine. I'm just kind of warming up with a puzzle rush. My record is 25, so I'm not the best at these, but I just figured this is a fun way to pass the time and kind of warm up before playing some games. So this was the first one that I missed. Let's see. White to move. Actually, since you're on the stream, I'm going to go ahead and look at the one that we just did. I'm thinking, let's see if it's... Okay, so this wants us to take the knight. Oh, not to f6. I was wrong as well. I was thinking d4, but it's e5. Your record is 35. That is awesome. That's super impressive. I noticed that when I hit 25, I think the ranking is like top 350,000 in the world or something. What is your ranking at 35 in Puzzle Rush? What is your number in the world for hitting that high of a score? I'm really interested. Yeah, so they want the knight to be on e5 so that we threaten the queen, and the queen has to move. So so the queen's going to move. No, they're going to take. We retake with the queen. Check. And it moves. Okay, so then it's just avoiding the bad situation. We traded a piece and we survived is essentially the gist of that. Okay, so how do you see? I'm going to pull out my chess.com app. If I go to Puzzle Rush on the phone, there's a leaderboard option. And if I go to leaderboard, I can scroll down and see mine. I'm going to try on here. If I just open like Puzzle Rush, this may look crazy. I can go to leaderboard over on this side. And okay, so my top score is 25. And if I scroll, let's see, personal, leaderboard, let's do all. I want to see where I am. Somewhere, this global leaderboard obviously has the top players. We're both somewhere on here. On the phone, it just shows me my rank. So with a score in Survival Puzzle Rush of 25, this says I'm 366,027 in the world, which is that's a lot of people, but it's kind of cool to kind of know where you stack up. Yeah, I'm interested in how you would see that here on the PC interface. I usually play on my phone, so yeah, I'm still kind of messing around with this. Yeah, today I hit 25 for the first time. I had hit 24 earlier in the month, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, we can go to the hourly. Oh, check this out. If you hit 35 right now, you would be in the top 20 in the world in the past hour. So that's also kind of a cool stat. It looks like 29 in the leaderboard. How did you get till your name? So I don't understand how to do it on the PC, but like on my phone, let's see if I can like show this to the screen without this looking dumb. But okay, so on my phone, yeah, this is going to look awful. I have this little section right here at the bottom that has my name, my score, and like my rank in the world on this side, 366028. And so I have like the top, it's like global all, and then it just shows me what my rank is. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to see that on PC, but yeah, try to go check it out on your phone. I also have an Android phone. So if you have an iPhone, which, odds are, I guess, that you do, I think more people have iPhones, then it might look a little different for you. 87829. That is impressive. That's super cool. So that's really awesome. Do you play any tournament chess, like a USCF chess or anything? Yeah, I'm really curious to know. Or are you just playing on chess.com? Because if you have a puzzle score that high, I would imagine that you could do fairly well at over the board chess. I'm just, assuming that you would be able to do well. And I'm gonna take a look at the other puzzles that we missed. Let's see. I missed this 1059. You used to play as a child but started back last year. That's awesome. So did you start back at tournament chess last year or at chess.com? And are you maybe like building up to, you played state tournaments as a child? Okay, that's awesome. I just played my state tournament. I live in Arkansas, and I just played at the Arkansas State Chess Championship this past weekend, which was a blast. I scored 1.5 points, which was awesome because the tournament before that I scored 1, and so my goal was 1.5, and I was happy and lucky to get that. It was a very very intense tournament. Up for a game? Yeah, I would love to play. Yeah, what kind of a time control would you want to play? Maybe like a rapid, like a 15-minute or something like that, or are you thinking some blitz rounds? I'm totally down for it. Let's do it on the stream. You'll probably beat me if you're able to get that much higher of a puzzle rating, but 10 minutes? All right. I'm so down. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let me switch over to my game. Yeah, let me switch over to my game view. All right, does that look right? Yes, it does. Perfect. Okay, let me find you on chess. Can you give me your chess username, chess.com? This is kind of cool. Live live game with, I think you're my first viewer that's not like one of my friends in real life. So that's kind of cool. Playing a game with you would honor me. I probably need to actually search for you here. Jokers Recon. Okay. Let's see. Play a friend. I might need to add you as a friend first. That's possible. That's probable. So we'll do find friends. Jokers Recon 07. Perfect. Also got the diamond membership, it looks like. That is so incredibly useful. I've been going through all of the I'm on the advanced chess.com lessons, and I'm learning quite a few really cool things. I should have just sent you a friend request. I'll double check that is sent. Just want to make sure, because then I can challenge you, obviously, through the challenge a friend interface. Okay, it says I've already requested. Perfect. So then as soon as I'm able to, I can do a play a friend, Joker, Jokers Recon 07. Okay, sweet. Okay, so standard 10-minute, play as random. Your choice, rated or not. I am rated in Blitz. Let's see. And I honestly don't care either way. I think I'm rated like 900 something in Blitz and like 1300 in Rapid. I'm definitely way better with more time than with less time, but I have a blast either way. Let's see. Oh, stats. It's right here. Yeah, let's just take a gander really quick. This is going to look kind of weird on my interface, but yeah, my Blitz is 842, my Rapid is 1263. So this would be a Rapid game. So yeah, 1263. Yeah, your call. Shall we do rated or not, sir? I have not sent the request yet. I sent a friend request. I was going to send you a challenge for a game. I was just curious if you wanted to play a rated game or not. Unrated? Okay. Awesome. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so I think if I just hit play, it'll send it, and we can do this on the stream. All right, sweet. I'm going to we'll do some French. How's that sound? Oh, okay. Interesting. You're gonna bring the knight out first. I can kind of interpose. If you take. Yeah, that is just fine. Nice. I'm going to get the bishop out. So now we're in like an exchange variation French. Okay, attacking the H pawn. I don't have anything covering it. I could go F6 and cover it. I really would rather go E7 with the knight. Interesting. I can just push it, but then, castling on that side, that wouldn't be the best option. Yeah, you've got me thinking now. Yeah, my preferred move order would be knight E7, and then, bring the bishop up to F5. So I guess I'll just cover this way, which is fine. You can pin the knight, right? Which makes sense. And then I might have to push the pawn anyway. But I'll go ahead and castle. Nice. And then I don't like how symmetrical that would be. It wouldn't be completely symmetrical, but yeah, I could always go for this. Let's see, whoever pins first. Yeah, okay, so you're going to kick it. How badly do you want the space advantage in front of your king? Are you going to pawn storm me on the king side? We'll see. Yeah, now the dark squared diagonal is open on B8 to H2. You're leading in development. This is really fun, by the way. I'm definitely enjoying this. Okay, so moving the bishop back. Oh, that was a mouse slip. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is, I literally hate when that happens. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. Losing the tempo. That's no fun at all. I'll go ahead and take the e-file. Curious to see what you would have done. We can play an exchange French again if you want. I've got you on as a friend on here now, so we can play whenever now. Yeah, thank you so much for joining the stream. By the way, this is a blast. I love just playing someone just kind of randomly popping up in the Twitch stream. Okay. So you want to retake with a bishop rather than a queen if interesting. You can also safely move the rook out onto the file. My knight is pinned. You've unpinned your queen also. Or you've unpinned your knight. The knight can... Okay. Okay, now how do I want to make progress here? I think that's also my best move at the moment. I don't want to pre-move while you're watching the stream, too. I'm like, I kind of want to, like, drag the piece that I want to move next. No, that's okay. I won't worry about that. 10 minutes is a good amount of time because like you have a few seconds to think about each move, but it's still, you kind of have to have a pretty quick pace. Okay, so you're going to take how do I want to retake? That's a good question. I'm going to retake with the bishop. Yeah. Yeah, I almost didn't have to make the move bishop e7 because the knight was covering the knight. So, yeah, didn't. Oh, well, I guess it still did unpin. Okay, so that's what you're going to go for. Okay. Let's try this. Is that I think that's a pawn? A pawn up? Yeah, I think that's a pawn up. But I've given up the file, so you may have compensation there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh, this is scary, but do I trade with the pawn up? You've got better development at the moment. I can't exploit the weakness with just a queen. I would need my knight over, like your weakness on the dark squares around your king. You're gonna retake with the queen. You'll be off the file. Okay. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Now you're threatening over here. I will do this. Okay. I'll take the file. I don't have anything supporting it, which is suboptimal. This is so fun. This is a blast. Ooh, pawn break. Doing a pawn break. Okay. Yeah, because the knight isn't protected there. Interesting. This makes me nervous, but I'm going to be greedy and take the pawn over here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so then I can come back. Let's see. I'm up 1 at the moment still. Can I trade there? I don't want you to break up the pawn structure there. I can take and you'll take. And you've opened up the center. Let's go ahead and let you have that. You've got the battery. Okay, I can cover. I can't cover on b5. Oh, it's on the light squares. Interesting. Okay, so what you're actually threatening is the knight. Yeah, this doesn't look optimal either, but we'll go for it. Oh, okay. Dang, you've got the cover with the bishop. I was like, why did he do that? I guess I have to do this. It's interesting how we're all focusing on the d5 square in the center. We're kind of... Yeah, I thought you might do that. I can't allow the back rank. If I go to a d8, that'll be back rank. If I come up at all, you'll have that. Yeah, this is not looking so hot. Yeah, and I have to do something quick. Yeah, I'm gonna burn my timeout. Yeah, I guess check. Takes. Okay, we'll see. Can you back rank me like that? Here. Takes. It's not a back rank, but it's about to be. Yeah, it takes with that. Can I intermezzo with a check? Is there a good enough? Yeah, I can check, but it doesn't really do much. Oh. Okay, that's helpful. Yeah, so then... let's do here. Oh my gosh, yeah. Nice job. GG. That was hilarious. I should have traded. Oh, if I traded, okay, if we went back and I were to trade there, here, I could have separated your pawns and it would have been, I mean, it still would have been 3-on-3 and basically the game, or a draw, but that is super interesting. So I need to do this, yeah. And then I'm kind of like, I don't want to move. This is like, it feels like Zugzwang to me, where I just kind of want to, yeah, this is no good. the darn mouse slip. Oh, yeah, you're covering it. Yeah. So I can't defend the pawn there, and I also can't force the stalemate because I do have h7. Yeah, I ended up playing a viewer. Ended up playing my first viewer. Welcome to the stream, Hoop Cage. How are you doing tonight? We can totally play a game if you'd like to. I'd be down for that. And So my one, I think I have these two. No, that one's covered. Okay, yeah, I have to come here. We can play next if you'd like to. I feel like that would be a blast. I just totally mouse. That's great. That's perfect. I just totally mouse slipped my queen. Well, not mouse slipped. Blundered my queen. Here, I'll go back so you can see it. I was feeling. I'm just gonna. Here, we can go ahead and finish the game. Let's see, where are we at? I can back up here. I just want to show you the interesting moment from this one. I can come down into the corner. GG. That was really fun. That was such a blast. Thank you for playing me. I just want to go back to this interesting position where I thought I was in trouble, which I was. So, you know, the rook was threatened. I ended up moving the rook to e6, and I'm like so worried about a back rank checkmate. And he delivers the check. I move the knight down. He takes, and then I have this interesting like check, and you know, I didn't think I'd get the repeat. I thought you'd move the pawn, but at least I've lined up the queen on the e-file. So then takes, and now it's a queen. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that it'd be a draw if I didn't blunder the queen. So then he does this, and Hoop Cage, you're going to probably think this is hilarious. I think, my mind thinks I should trade queens here to try to like separate so that his f-pawn goes over to, you know, the e-file. Maybe there's some kind of compensation there, but I just missed it, gave up the queen. So yeah, that was history. That was a blast. I kind of want to see Hoop Cage. Did you want to play a game? Is he still there? I wonder if he's still there. I'm gonna try to find him. Let's see. Awesome. Okay, Joker. I'm going to try playing Hoop Cage next, but that was a blast. That was so fun. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Is your name okay? Saphir W. Perfect. Awesome. And do you want to do a 10-minute game? Yeah, just like this. Would be fun. Yeah, Dosh Machine. That game was a blast. Yeah, you were my first viewer, like to play on the stream, so that was a blast. I'll play Saphir next. Hey, thank you so much for the game, and I'm super excited for this next game as well. Yeah, that was so fun. Okay, yeah, that was a cool French defense. All right, I'm gonna send the challenge, Saphir. Unrated 10-minute rapid. Okay, let's do King's Indian. Yeah. Okay, knight out. There. Okay, so then I'll come here first. Castle. Yeah, you should say thanks for the game, not me. No, it's definitely me saying thank you for the game. That was a blast. I'm just here trying to get better. I played in a tournament, my first over the board tournament in a few years this past weekend, and I had a blast. But I definitely have room to improve. So I'm just here trying to get better. There's another tournament in October, the Arkansas Open, which is where I live in the state of Arkansas. So just kind of getting prepped for that. I'm rated 1,000, like 30 in USCF, and I normally play in the under 1,200 division. So yeah, hoping to try to. I'm trying to move up and win an under 1,200 tournament bracket. So yeah, that's what I'm here doing at the moment. Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to come here. takes. Okay, the queen's going to be open on the d file. I should say the King's Indian was used against me twice by way higher rated players in this last tournament I played. I played in an open tournament, and there were 4 national masters, which was really cool because I live in Arkansas, and Arkansas is not, the biggest, chess state. So it was really cool to play in the same tournament as them. I got to play a 1793 USCF rated, and it was very challenging. He opened up with the King's Indian that I'm playing right now. I'm kind of been, been looking at this opening and trying to figure it out. But yeah, it was a really close game. I was actually up a piece and down 2 pawns at one point, but the advantage wasn't to last. It was definitely challenging. Okay, what I'd really like to do, you can come down here. I would like to... No, I want to come up here. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Hoping you don't have a tactic right here on F2. That makes me nervous, just because the pawn's pinned there, but you're only attacking with 1 piece, so hopefully... I do love football. The preseason just started, and I'm looking forward to the new year. My favorite football team is a college team, Arkansas Razorbacks. I don't have a favorite pro team, but I love to watch. Yeah, I love to watch football. I like going to like high school games and stuff too, just like at any level. It's a blast for me. So yeah, I'm guessing you watch football? Soccer. Okay, so soccer, I'm so sorry. Yeah, silly American. I do enjoy soccer. I first really the pro team. Oh, okay, sorry. Give me just one moment. Yeah, I gave it the file. Dang. I'm thinking... I guess E2, but I can block with the bishop and get the bishop out, but that's not, that's not really the best. You could attack the bishop twice. I'd be kind of... Okay, you know what? I think... Oh, the queen is having... No, it's not. I was thinking the queen is going to be overworked, having to defend 2 pieces at once, but no, I've got the bishop defending the knight. Okay, we'll bring the bishop out to D2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I live in the South, and it's kind of like... I don't know, I've lived in Colorado and I've lived in Arkansas and I've been across the North, and I love the North. But people in the South are kind of like culturally like supposed to be kind, I guess. So I think it's just habits. I think it's just how people talk here. So, but I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Colorado Rapids, I want to say, is the MLS team in Colorado that I... Colorado Rapids. I started watching MLS when I was in Colorado, just for fun, because I really like soccer, but I've never been like attached to a certain team. I watched my high school team when I was in high school, and that was fun. Yeah, so gosh dang it, the knight is being attacked twice. The pin through on the queen, the rook. This is a really good setup against my position. I just have to say, Saphir, yeah, this is good stuff. How will I defend against this? What I would really like to do is to move my knight here. Yeah, this is the plan for my King's Indian plan, is to get this knight from B to well, from, pardon me. Yeah, B1, D2, F1, H2, and then come around. And this is kind of all focusing on the F6 square down the line, trying to just attack on the king side. Is the long-term goal. But there's always this critical moment right now when you allow black to have a good attacking chance against your king side. And so it's kind of like you have to, if you can survive the first kind of thrust into your own territory, then you try to kind of like overwhelm your opponent on their own king side. So I'm gonna try to survive your first push here. Yeah, we'll see. See if it happens. Is there a soccer team or a football team, rather, that you watch, Saphir? Not Saphir. Dash meshing. I'm totally messing that up. But dash me. Real Madrid. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, Real Madrid. So that's the Spanish Pro League, right? That's not Premier. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that's not Premier League. Is like, what is it? Manchester United is like the huge one in that league. Yeah, Real Madrid, I think, is the Spain Pro League. Call you Dash. That's perfect. Love it. I love it. I also love the time that Saphir is taking right now because it's worth the time spending because there is a tactic somewhere. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's no way that you have the rook lined up with my king on the d file, the bishop on c5 pinning the f2 pawn. You can't have all of these threats and not have some tactic to win. You found it? Okay. Yeah. So dash after the game. Ooh. Okay, so it's just going to keep the pressure up. But after the game, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this position once we get to that point. Okay. Yeah, you're kind of inviting me to do what I want to do next. There's a problem with that, though, because I'm not exactly sure what it is that I want to do next. I can try to unpin. I don't like that. Knight takes. Knight takes. I really want to move my bishop. That's really badly. I want to move my d2 bishop out of the way. But I can't. I think I'm thinking about c3 to kick the knight and give the queen a way out. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how this goes. That pawn wasn't really doing anything for me. Other than, of course, controlling the d3 square, but that doesn't seem like a critical square right this second, in my amateur opinion. Yeah, thank you so much for the game, Saphir and Dash. This has been a blast so far. Really enjoying playing with you guys. The French defense is one of my favorite defenses too in tournament play. Dash, I hope you end up playing tournament chess. So are you in Spain? Your tactic didn't work. You thought it through. Are you in Spain or are you somewhere else? And you just watch Real Madrid? You're from India. That is very cool. I have met so many super cool Indian people at my grad school that I go to. Let's see. You're from India. Where do you live? Do you currently live in India still, or have you moved to somewhere else? I'm trying to think of the best way to take this. That pawn. What do I want to have? I think I want to have the knight. If you want to take, I think I want to have the knight. I don't know that for sure, but you still live here. That is really cool. What is it? Vishwanathan Anand, right? He's from India. Just a beast. I'm pretty sure that she's from India. Because you're very bad at it. That's so funny. I I know a guy that his family moved from. I'm probably saying this wrong, but Gujarat, I think, is a place in India that they moved from. Um, Now your knight. Okay, so the queen can come in. I can understand that, though. I can understand not wanting to support a football team from there just because of how, like them not being good at it. Real Madrid is definitely a good team to root for. Because I know that they're very good at soccer or football. Okay, what's the most important thing here? If you bring the queen in, you don't have light square support. This is a really good game, Saphir. Okay, I gotta make decisions. I can't. Yeah, I can't waste too much time. You know, I obviously haven't kept up at the same level with with that league in soccer as you probably have. But what are you going to do with that? Where are you going to take the queen next? Are you going to bring the knight in? I don't really have a good way to halt. I guess I can do this. You can just kick it, but now you have to move the queen. I'm probably missing something really obvious here. That is so cool that you've been watching them since 2010. Yeah, that's honestly really cool. Yeah, I haven't really kept up with all the European pro leagues, but it's really fun to watch. I really love I love watching the World Cup. It's always a blast. Oh, well, I guess. Oh gosh. Okay. I think I see where we're going here. Yeah, that is dangerous. Okay, I'll come here. That was solid, I have to say, Saphir. This is good stuff. Yeah, I knew there was something. I'm sure I didn't defend that properly either, but yeah, bringing the queen in. I didn't think about the bishop's sacrifice. That's solid. That's solid. I'm gonna have to hit hard and fast if I want to survive this. That is great. Okay, so then you can check underneath, and I can't move up. Yeah, so I really need to do... But I can't retake with the king. Yeah, okay, I can retake with the rook. Oh, you've got two attacking that square. It's gonna be GG pretty quick. I've been watching Arkansas Razorback American football since, like, I don't know, probably like 1998 or 2000 or something like that. It's interesting. I don't know if you think this is interesting, but I definitely think this is interesting how the rules of American football are like a distant derivative of association football. Oh gosh. Can't go here or here. Can't capture. I can't interpose with the knight. Have to come here. This is going to be mate really quick. But yeah, it's cool. I think I want to say it's like, football, like association football eventually became like rugby. And then, that became American football at like colleges on the East Coast. Basically adapted rugby, I think. Some version of the game rugby to reach the current point. I don't know. It's really fun. It's really cool to me. Like offsides, for instance, that's like a term that. Whoa. What did you take? You took a bishop, so you're gonna give me that so that you can take that. And then if I do this, you'll take. What if... Oh, okay. So, but I can't go up. You'll take... Yeah, this is a no bueno. You'll take there or there. We'll run this way. Why not? Because then at least I can cover F3 for the knight fork. Ooh, gosh, you're laying it on me. Laying it on me. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta stay here. Okay, and that's gonna be it. Oh, no, it's not. It's not gonna be it. Yeah, you'll have that. But I can come back up, and then you can do that. Yeah, very good game. Yeah, that was great. That was a blast. Let's go back and kind of just like look over this again. I just want to show that invasion that you did. So I don't know if there was a better move or not than bishop bishop h5. I don't know if you could have gone ahead and attacked immediately. I guess you could have. You could have gone in for the kill straight away. Okay, did the d3 square ever come into account? I'm just wondering, did I introduce a weakness there? Takes, queen. I think this was a bad move, potentially. Yeah, let's look at the game report, game review. Yeah. Oh my gosh, mine was horrible. Yeah, several blunders. I'm super new with this opening as well. Like I'm trying to branch out from the openings that I use over and over again. I'm trying to I don't know, just try new things and get better at the middle game and end game. I'm picking an opening that's interesting to me. I'm playing it a bunch of times and just kind of like seeing the the intricacies of each of those positions. So yeah. You definitely showed me a great example of how to overpower the King's Indian side. My favorite, okay, so on offense, I really love the Ruy Lopez and the Italian game. So playing as white, I know those are super simple, super basic. Oh, look, we both made 2 blunders, but mine, I had 5 mistakes. So those are my favorite openings for white. I've played them so many times. I just kind of get tired. Oh, why is the game review so different? I wonder if, I don't know, like, do you do your game reviews on PC? I wonder if maybe you being on PC, not being on PC or something makes it look different. But Saphir on black side, I like playing the French defense the best, which is what I played against Dash, and you're on a laptop. Okay, so it should look the same. Yeah, I kind of have it cropped, but do you mean this like the game review side on the right that looks different for you? Yeah, I can like scroll and see the different moves and their strengths. So like those are book moves, book. Okay, so here's where he gets out of book moves and does try the Scotch. Yeah, that is aggressive. I haven't actually played it, but I know that's a super aggressive opening. Um, yeah, just going through this. These are all good moves. I just want to see where the mistake is. Okay, so here. Okay, so that doesn't really do anything for me. It says it doesn't hurt much, but it doesn't help either. So I guess there's something better that I could have done. Yeah, I could have like developed a piece or something. My whole thought though with doing this is just that eventually I'm going to get this pawn, the H pawn up the board. It permanently pinned your knight. Oh, right, I can't kick it. Oh, so if I would have even just done like, I don't know, H3. Okay, yeah. So at this point, I need to do something to get my knight and queen not in the permanent pin. So maybe like C3 now might have been a good move to prevent knights coming down. Um, Okay, yeah, Dash, I will play you again in just a moment. I just want to kind of go over this. Oh, so that was an inaccuracy. This is a mistake. Oh, so this allows a tactic. I just want to see what it says. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that would have been bad. So it wants you to sacrifice and then check. Interesting. Okay. So like retry. If I did like that, okay, that says it's the best move. So yeah, this kind of like stops the knight and lets the queen out. Let's go to the next key moment. So here, you had a chance to reach a more equal position. I had that in my head. I just didn't think it worked. Yeah, because you sacrifice the bishop, which is scary. But I don't know. Your queen comes in. You end up opening that dark square diagonal into my position. So yeah, that's just kind of like if you have a good enough attack to follow it up, then that's a good. That's a. Seems like it was a good path to move forward. It's always way easier to see this after the fact when you have the engine, telling you that, what's right and wrong. It's really hard to see in the moment when you have the clock ticking down. So let's retry. Okay, this was a blunder. It was a blunder. Or am I retrying? Oh, this is just me retrying because I did this and that was a mistake. There's something better that I can do here. What can I do? I wonder. I can do this. Okay, so then it kicks it. You attack the enemy piece, forcing it away. Okay, that makes sense. The next thing is this. Yeah, looking back, this was awful. Like, I thought that I wanted a queen trade to open up the H file for the rook, or the A file for the rook to come out. But that ended up, my queen was out of the game for like the whole rest of the game. There was no, it needed to be defending, not, off trying to do some crazy thing. Let's see. That is a decent move, it feels like. Unless that's, oh no. Oh, I can't let your queen come in. Like the thing that you did where you sacrifice to the bishop, and then your queen comes in on the attack. It really doesn't know what to make of this move. Yeah, you're definitely right. I was thinking something along the lines of like, I don't know, like getting the rook to come in from the side, but I guess all these pawns are not helping me. Let's see. It wants me to move my queen, so, but it doesn't want it here, right? Yeah, not here. It wants it here. Okay. Back up. It wants me to line up the queen. Here. Your rooks are connected as they should be. So we connect the rooks. And, yeah, the doubled pawns is also really bad. Yeah, I understood that the double pawns would be a weakness. I thought having the rook come out on the A side would be helpful, but really, I guess in this position, everything needs to be focused on my king side to support. That makes sense to me. That is a blunder. It looks like you can't stop checkmate now. So it wants me to do something with the bishop. I'm going to guess not here. Okay, yeah, I guess. Freeze a pinned piece. Oh, the pawn. Yeah, because the pawn is pinned, it can't take back. That makes sense. Because you at some point you just took this g3 pawn. That makes sense. Okay, all right. That looks good to me. I just kind of wanted to see some of those crazier moments. Dash, would you mind playing a shorter timed game next? I kind of need to drop soon, but I'm totally down for one more game. And yeah, thank you so much to Saphir for that game. I feel like I learned something about the King's Indian. Something not to do, a couple things not to do. So yeah, that was definitely a great game. Hey, this is really my first time to be streaming chess. I hope to be doing this more. I'd love to play viewers, especially if they're kind of like around my level. Like I feel like Saphir, you and I are probably, near the same point. Thank you so much for following me. I definitely appreciate that. The game was a blast. That's awesome, guys. I think the two of you, 3-minute game. That would be perfect. I think the two of you bring my follower count to 10. So crushing it with the 10th follow. Thank you so very much. This has been too fun. I'm going to stream more. And let's see if I get the notification for the game. There it is. Okay, I'm going to wait just a second to accept it. But I'm going to stream more, and I would love to play. Yes, 10 follower hype. I'm so stoked for 10 followers. I have 96 on YouTube, so almost 100 on YouTube, and I'm just hit 10 on Twitch. Maybe we can push that up to 100. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I would love to keep playing you guys on streams, though. Really, what I would like to do is play games on streams, and it'd be so much better to play with people that are in the chat rather than playing just randoms on the internet. But I'll do either way. Okay, here we go. 3-minute game. All right. Oh, it's me. You know what? Let's just do this. Oh gosh. What in tarnation are you doing? Is this okay, I don't know exactly what it is, but is this the Bong Cloud or whatever that Hikaru did for like a whole tournament? Is this what you're doing? Here. Okay. Here. I feel safe doing this again. I know this is the same thing I did before, but I feel way better about it just because you don't have that crazy file going on. You've got that covered. Where should this guy go? Yeah, here. Take. You can come down right here. Yeah. And I can go. Oh, I can't go there. Interesting. Do you have your light squared bishop. Ooh. Okay, let's not misfire. Okay. Oh, this is a 3-minute game, so I can't really spend a ton of time thinking about this. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say here. We'll just see how this goes. Okay. This is great. I'm just getting walked backwards. Let's pin it. Then I've got several threats. I'm thinking about your knight coming down to d4. It's kind of what I'm worrying about. Okay, let's go ahead and take. And then I'll take. Okay, then take. Oh, yeah, not that. Let's do a pin here. I'm going to get flagged. This game is what's going to happen. Go for it. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Good game. Yeah, that was. It's so hard playing a 3-minute game. Those are just like, those are crazy hard. Yeah, very good game. That was fun. Hey, I got to win one on the stream. Y'all were just like, just I don't know, wrecking me. Yeah, me either. I'm really bad at fast games. Like even okay, I know this is lame, but even like 10 minutes and 15 minutes is really fast for me. When I played at the Arkansas State Chess Championship, it was a 2-hour time control, and I got down to 90 seconds in one of my games with 2 hours on my half of the clock. I feel way more comfortable with like a lot of time on the clock. I like to play 30-minute, 2 hours on each side of the clock for one game. That is a classical time control. The fastest that they do is 90 minutes usually. Anything faster than 90 minutes per person, being a 3-hour game, anything faster than that is considered rapid instead of classical. Yeah, so yeah, it was 2 hours on each side of the clock with a 5-second delay. So every time you hit the clock, you get 5 seconds, and that is for one game. So one game can last 4 hours. And last Saturday, I played 3 of those games, and yeah, look at our 35.7 versus 19.4 accuracy. That's what a good Blitz game will do for you. Let's look at some of the key moments. I always want to go over these. Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. That was a blast. Thank you so much for joining the stream. And I hope to see you on again on another day. Maybe we can play again. Super nice meeting you, and go Real Madrid in your honor. Okay, let's start the review. That's the last book opening. Ready opening Arctic Defense. That's hilarious. Okay, this is a blunder. Gives your opponent big chances. I want to see the line. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's just like letting me get pushed up the board. So maybe a better spot would be here. No, that's still not good. Because I guess I need to move the queen to a spot that is not that's not able to be hit. I think I need to turn the depth down a bit so that moves a little faster. Okay, so that's obviously not the answer. Maybe it's like way off to the side or something. I obviously have to move the queen out of the way. F3 was the blunder. Maybe it's just straight back. Yeah, it wants me. Okay, it wants me to move over here. Oh, into a check. It's a good time to get out of trouble. Interesting. Okay, so with the check here, the knight, when the king has to move over, the knight can drop in on f7. That is super interesting. Wow. That's really cool. I totally missed that. I understood that the knight getting on g7 or f7 would eventually be a good move, and not in this game, but in the game against Saphir, I remember moving my queen to b3. One of the ideas was to look at the knight on this diagonal, or to look at the king on this diagonal. But yeah, that is a great one. This is a mistake. Queen e3 is a mistake. I can do the check again. Is it just, yeah, the check? Bishop e4 is a mistake. So at this point, what did I do? Bishop takes e4. Oh, okay. It doesn't want me to do that. What if the knight takes? Is that also a mistake? Is this not the right time to get... Yeah, maybe this just isn't the right time. To be making this kind of an attack. Gotta waste some time. I thought, why not here? What's happening? Hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I've just been. I played some viewers. I had a couple people join, and we played some 10-minute rapid games, and then we just played a Blitz game. This is me just kind of going over the Blitz game that they both just got off, and yeah, kind of seeing what went right. So I ended up having all of this pressure on the e-file in a King's Indian opening. And let's see. Yeah, I was just... Got the queen trade. Got a free piece. Yeah, this is really where I went up. I was up by a pawn and ended up winning a piece, and then had the back rank. So yeah, that's really what's up. Thank you so much for joining my stream. Would you like to play a game of Blitz maybe? Are you on chess.com? I'd be down to play one more. I'm about to get off, but if you are wanting to, I would love to play you on the stream just for fun. No rating or anything. You got to waste some time. What are you doing that's making you have to kill time? Hang out on Twitch in the chess section with the low viewer channels. You found a chess stream with metal music and with amateur games. More the puzzle guy. I started off doing the puzzle. I warmed up in the stream by playing puzzles. I will end the stream in your honor, sir, on a puzzle rush, and we'll just see how far I can make it. Let me transition over to the puzzles, and let's see if this looks right. Yeah, my puzzle cropping looks adequate. Okay, so earlier I did a survival puzzle rush, and I got to 21, 22. My best is 25. A guy on the stream earlier, his best was 35, which was really cool. That's really impressive to me. Suggestions allowed? Yeah, suggestions are definitely allowed. 100%. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. I'm about to get off and the mid to high 20s. Those like 1300, 1400 puzzles, um, they're no joke. Some of them are really tricky, and it's kind of hard to keep stringing the wins together in a row. But yeah, I'm totally open for a suggestion if you'd like to see anything specific before I get off for the night. Thank you so much for dropping by the chat. This is one of my first. This is basically my first chess stream, and it's gone really well. I've had some awesome people in the chat playing games with me. I even got to win a game, which is pretty cool. Doing some puzzles and whatnot, and yeah, just kind of reaching the end of the night. It is 1 a.m. for me here in. I need to take more time sometimes. Be aware of that. Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah. So I guess I'm gonna do a puzzle rush then to end the stream. Um, yeah, I'll do a 5 minute, and we'll see how far I can go. I've hit 18 before. All right. Pardon me in advance, but yeah, I'm gonna be focused for the next few minutes. Here we go. All right, 5 minute puzzle rush. Okay, so this is black to move. Looks like we can check. Oh dang, I already don't immediately know. Oh, it's a knight fork. Okay, white to move. Okay, the D file is open. I think it's a back rank. Yeah, and takes. Okay, black to move. This is another back rank. Yep. Okay, black to move. This is not a, yeah, back rank here. Back rank here. And then takes. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. Um Back rank here. Yeah. Takes. Yep, it's not covered. Perfect. White to move. Is this a knight fork? I can check here, and then where do I go next? What's the game plan? Where's the king have to go? What can I do? The bishop. He doesn't have any development. That's okay. Let's start with the check. What am I going to do with this, though? Am I going to support it? No. Yeah, I'm missing this one already. Dang. Execute me. What time? It's 1 a.m. here. It's not a very forcing move is the problem. Okay, we'll go for it. Nope, that's not it. Knight D. Okay, yeah, we'll go back and look at it again. White to move. I can check here. Yeah, I can check here. And then, yeah, take. Perfect. I can check here. Is that mate? Yeah. I love those. Those are so fun. Kind of like a Bowden's mate almost. Oh, this is force him back. Trade. Yep. Okay, black to move. This is, again, force him back. Trade. Why? Ooh. Take. Yeah. Okay, now which one? The bottom one. No, not the bottom one. Wins a rook. Okay. Yeah, we'll go back and look at the missed puzzles. Black to move. We've got the bishop over there, like looking. That would be takes. Check. Oh, okay, so pawn. Takes. Pin. No, that's not it. The bishop can come in. I can just take the knight, but is that the best move, though? Oh, I'm in check. I have to get out of check. That's the point of this one. The best move to get out of check. I don't just want to trade. Do I just want to trade queens? Okay. So then, Interesting. Yeah, you're in check. I can take the knight. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Wow, that one was weird for me. Okay, so pawn to knight is probably not the answer because this is a tactics puzzle. It's probably the fork here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, there's more to it than that. Do I just take back the knight? Yep, sweet. 15-second delay. Okay, that makes sense. That's really good to know since this is, kind of my first time streaming. Okay, this looks like, oh, that looks promising, but the bishop, the knight can come over. Okay, check, pawn move. What is that? What does that change for the position? Don't know that it does. Makes my part even harder. Yeah, to toss out an answer in a time frame. Yeah, this is so fun though. I love doing puzzles. 30 seconds. Okay, I'm just gonna have to start throwing some of these moves out here. What can I do with this? Check, takes. What is the goal of this? What am I gaining by doing this? No, dang. Okay, well let's go back over the puzzles. Queen h5, knight g6. Okay, queen h5, knight g6, right, which is what we did, and then queen h. Oh, the rook. Wow. Okay, so when I took with a knight, yeah, well, let's go ahead and look at that one first. So with this one, it's hard when it's crazy when you have the clock ticking, and you don't, you feel like you don't have time. You have to like make a move. It's so much harder than when you do survival mode and you can just like think about it as long as you want to. So yeah, I see what you mean. So you take, the pawn takes, and the queen is now open on, to take the rook. So I guess should black rather not take the knight? No, he has to, right? Because he's going to lose. If you don't take the knight, he's going to lose the rook anyway. You can't really threaten the queen in a meaningful way. That avoids the situation. Yeah, on time it's like hard. Okay. So that one was interesting. Let's go back to the 697. Whoops, is that the right one? Okay, so for this one I was close. So he steps away from the e-pawn, so we take. And then, I'm moving over, and it's just taking the top pawn. My thought was that, he can come back. Oh, but then you can take, not opposition, but by going here, he has to move. Oh, he can't move to f6 is the key. See this puzzle swapped, and now it's auto mode. Yeah, he can't move up to f6, so he has to step away from the pawn. So it's kind of like a zugzwang situation. That is interesting. And then we missed this. I can't believe I missed a 413. This is a fork. So he does this, check, and then you take the pawn. Oh, because the rook is in the corner. That's what you were saying earlier. Yeah, I guess so. That's a pattern that I don't know that I pay enough attention to, honestly. The rook being kind of like held in place by the knight with no way to escape. Yeah, so what I'm supposed to see here is that I can get over to f7 with a check. And, my opponent doesn't have enough time to properly defend by moving the knight, getting the rook out. Interesting. That was really fun. If you like watching puzzles, when this is over, you can go back to the beginning of the stream. I, all alone in the stream, I didn't have any viewers quite yet until the end. I did a survival up to 21 or 22, which is always fun. And I think that when I start these streams, I think I'm going to try to kick it off by doing puzzles and then maybe bait some viewers to play me for better or for worse, and then just kind of like use the chess.com engine to go over the game and find the key moments. Yeah. If it's white to move, black wins. If black to move, whites win. Oh, yeah? Do you have the like puzzle code or anything, or like a link for me? That'd be really fun to look at. Thank you so very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I am, brand new to chess streaming. This is actually my first real chess stream, and yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, and I really appreciate the follow. It makes me feel really good. I'd love to see the puzzle that you have, though. That'd be really interesting. This music, I'm just like, so I've got sorry, sidetrack. Perfect. Thank you for the link. It's on Lee Chess. All right, let's see. So if it's white to move, black wins. If black to move, white wins. Okay, so it's opposite. So it's Zugzwang, right? Like you don't want to have to move. That is nuts. To play white, just turn the B in that link to a W. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. This sounds like the music. Sorry, just to be sidetracked. Yeah, Possessed. That's so funny. I'm using Soundtrack by Twitch, which is like an app that lets you have royalty legal, I guess, music, and it was funny that I actually recognized one of the songs. So okay, right now it is who to play. This is black to play, and if black plays, black loses. So like for instance, if I were to check here, takes, I wonder, is it already like, let me refresh the page. So that, if I take, you just take it back. If I check here, you just take it back. I have a check here that you can take. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Like, I don't really have any good options. If I check here, you can't. Oh, you take with the rook. Right, yeah, you take with the D rook. If I check here or here, you're right. So then what is... So each side of this, they are perfectly defending. You can try with engine, it's always the same. Okay, I wonder... Okay, so queen here, rook check, queen takes, queen check, king, stockfish is so interesting. Wow. This is nuts. So it's the queen and rook in game, but okay, to get there, it was, and I'm sorry for the longest line here takes 517 moves. Oh my lord. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I was going to try to see if this would look better with my cropping. If I were to like minimize the screen, but it just kind of kills the screen. Anyway, yeah, that is super interesting. So the longest line is 517 moves. Wow. And if you play as white, just to see it the other way, it wants you to sacrifice the rook. And then check, takes, check, 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 and then you skewer. Yeah, wow, that's so crazy. Full point conversion, mutual Zugzwang. That's insane. So literally whoever moves first loses. That is so interesting. I'm 100% this saving this puzzle. Yeah, for the future. That is really cool. Well, Godchilla, and I do love that name. I'm really happy that you joined the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the amazing puzzle. Pranked with this almost an hour. That's so funny. That's not a bad idea. I have some people that I could, that I could maybe send this to as a joke. I might like kind of like reset up that puzzle. Whatever I came up with, the guy's just like, no, wrong. That's hilarious. Yeah, I might convert that puzzle to like the chess.com format and maybe throw it at some viewers on another day. That might be really fun. But yeah, I'm going to actually, I'm going to get off the stream. This has been a blast, but yeah, I need to go crash. I have my software engineer, and I got to get up in the morning and, do some coding. So all that good stuff. But I really appreciate you being here. This has been a blast for me. Appreciate the puzzle. And yeah, I thank you so much. I would love to read about it. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. I appreciate that so very much. Yeah, I will certainly read through that. I hope to see you on future streams, and yeah, maybe we could do a puzzle battle sometime. Now that would be a blast. I don't know if you've ever played the puzzle battles before, where I think you have like X time to solve the puzzles, but yeah, that would be really fun for us to do. Yeah, you have a good night, Godchella. Hope to see you in the stream again on another day. And with that, I'm actually going to sign off of the stream for the night. And yeah, thank you to everybody that jumped on the stream with me. I had so much fun. I can't wait to play more games with y'all at another time. Yeah, I'll be training. I'll do my puzzle dojo in preparation for our match. Bye. Have a good